New York is the largest city in the U.S. There's over 1 million students in the school system and over 80,000 teachers. So the school system itself is bigger than most towns in the country. The hugeness means there's an enormous diversity of everything. So there's diversity in language skills, academic skills, ethnic background, racial background, everything.
There are over 1,000 high schools, and the high schools encompass the most competitive high schools in the country and the lowest performing high schools in the country. So the students that we work with are generally from the lower performing schools because that's the highest need that we see.
The biggest hurdle for teachers is how to differentiate instruction. 20, 30, 40 students that are in a classroom all come with very different skills, and in the high school, very different preparations. And the teachers have to handle that every day in every class. The graduation rates in New York City is a little bit over 60%. One of my colleagues said, perhaps what we're asking teachers to do is actually impossible. That we're asking them to handle 30 to 40 kids with such a range of backgrounds that it's like asking a surgeon to do surgery in the operating room with no staff. The Peer Enabled Restructured Classroom, PERC, is a classroom which uses teaching assistant scholars, or TAS, students from the same school, one grade level above, to assist the teacher and actually be teachers in the room for the students.
In the research that we've done in the program, we found that students are more likely to learn in the small groups.
It is activity-based, it's facilitated by the TAS, and all of this sounds normal. It's like you have a tutor in the room. Here's what's not normal, is that all of the TAS, or most of the TAS, are selected from the kids who are what we call middle performing kids in the school. These are students who would graduate from high school, we're sure they will graduate from high school, but are struggling in their advanced courses. The job of the TAS is to work with 4 or 5 students in the classroom while the teacher is working, and to have the teacher restructure the room to enable those students to assist the kids. Our professional development program starts with our summer school. We run it using the Perk Model.
The summer program, I think, has been by far the best component of the TAS program. The teachers who participate in the TAS have a new look on instruction.
In my PERC class, I find that I'm more connected to my students because of the TAS. I'm learning more about my students as individuals, because they'll have those individual conversations about why a student was absent for 3 days, and they'll help catch them up or report back to me and ask, can the student have an extension? There's something going on in their personal life that you should know about.
We help the teacher by having a group of 4 students and concentrating on those 4 students' struggles and their problems.
You're not alone and you get more help, because teachers don't always understand what you're going through, but students do.
When you have a peer in the classroom that roots for you, that's supportive, that's there a day in and day out, just like you are, putting in 5 to 6 hours of work, the connections are greater.
I definitely feel like I'm a role model. I definitely have to practice what I preach. I need to do better. I can't tell my students to get 90s and I'm not doing the same myself.
The TAS being with the PERC students has affected the entire school, because it's really allowed for 11th and 12th grade students to take on a leadership role in our school and inspire our younger students to achieve more academically.
And you see it in National Honor Society, you see it in the amount of TAS and PERC students that are on those boards. Being smart is cool here, and we would definitely wouldn't have had this rate of student success without it. That's guaranteed.
The PERC program is currently in 8 schools. We work with dozens of teachers. There are over 500 teaching assistant scholars in the 4 boroughs, and those teaching assistant scholars and teachers are working with over 10,000 PERC students.
We want all of our TAS to be ready to go to college if they want to, and to succeed in college if they go. Right? We want all of our PERC kids to graduate from high school. That's our goal, and we know that our TAS are now 2.5 times as likely as other kids to hit those benchmarks. Those are big numbers. We all talk about how we really learn things when we teach them. And so they become teachers. They learn material, they're in charge, they're listened to. Someone cares about what they have to say. The teacher cares about what they have to say. That's a big deal for a 15-year-old, no matter where they're from. So they're heard. And I think that's probably the most significant, unmeasurable thing that our kids get.
The PERC program has a tremendous potential to offer opportunities to students that normally wouldn't be given those opportunities.
We would definitely wouldn't have had this rate of student success without it. That's guaranteed.